Ebola is a man-made virus designed to what? Forward an agenda. It does not mean that your family or my family will not be affected. There is that possibility. It's about bringing conscious awareness. And by bringing conscious awareness, it dissolves charge or fear. Transcending the system of consciousness is very real for me. You don't transcend parts of this system to be free of it. You transcend all of it. And some of you might be saying, why would I want to transcend all of this system? And some parts of it are okay. That's like saying, there's nothing wrong with duality, when duality is the actual problem. To escape this matrix is a natural, organic possibility and probability within this system of consciousness, if one wishes to, engage the process. Remember, it's never been done before. In fact, I don't think anyone has ever wanted to conceive it as a possibility. However, escapism will be very popular in our third dimensional reality. People will become so desperate within their physical life experience that one will want to, escape. Ebola and the virtual reality devices like Oculus Rift, which I'll be talking about in this post, will change society and alter it in ways that we've never seen before. It's all about controlling your consciousness. If they can have you in your home with Oculus Rift attached to your head, you can be monitored 24/7. This is not science fiction. This is the real deal for a portion of humanity. It's about hijacking and managing and monitoring your perception. But really, it's about harvesting energy. Deconstructing Consciousness, the movie Tomorrowland equals teleportation. Oculus Rift virtual reality equals Aldebaran / the Milky Way galaxy, which equals immense heaven. Ether and scalar energy equals your formula to create an alternate reality. Said that the vacuum of ether is a universal field of information or consciousness. It forms a matrix of all manifestation, like an ocean out of which matter arises and then disappears into it once again. We must remember that this vacuum of space we speak of exists all throughout everything, even our bodies. So the gateway to the void of ether is accessed at every point in the universe. Scalar energy at the highest level, which at the lower level translates into Kundalini, Chi, or Prana, different names for the same life force at varying frequencies, which is simply the information or data that connects the unmanifest void, ether, with the manifest world of subatomic atoms, molecules, and cells. Kundalini, at its level in which we understand it on the physical plane, is a cellular expression of energy generated from the vacuum of ether, which is why Kundalini exhibits such pronounced psychic and trans-temporal effects once we come to know and experience Kundalini, that is. The substructure of matter contains energies that are far beyond nuclear energies, as known nuclear energies are beyond chemical energies. That is 0 point. Energy provides a constant background which is now available at our earthly level under the present conditions, as conditions of our universe have changed. And since this scalar energy, the higher octave or frequency of energy that is available to us, is responsible for the assembling of all physical matter from the ether. In essence, it is scalar energy that is responsible for assembling of physical matter from ether. Then in essence, it is scalar energy power in operation when it comes to your psychic power. This is the power we must come actively engaged in order to transcend the system of consciousness. It's about being able to oscillate at the level of scalar energy that mirrors your eternal state of nothingness. Disney is coming out with this new movie, Tomorrowland, May 22nd, 2015, starring who? George Clooney. The subtitle for the movie is Imagine a Place Where Nothing is Impossible. This movie really is about T for teleportation. And if you look at the article in the description, I've posted a picture of the movie poster with a T in the middle. The basic plot in this movie is bound by a shared destiny. A teen bursting with scientific curiosity and a former boy genius inventor embark on a mission to unearth the secrets of a place somewhere in time and space that exists in their collective memory. And so that's what we're doing here as we deconstruct consciousness. We are, through our own curiosity and genius, we are embarking on the mission to deconstruct the secrets of this eternal state of nothingness that we are so that we can transcend this system of consciousness. I show a trailer of the movie. You can see that in the article. It turns out an announcement was made September 3rd, 2014, that after 50 years, astronomers are now associating our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, and its local group with the Virgo cluster, nesting within the local supercluster. The Virgo cluster was our supercluster center for the past 50 years, but now that has changed. It is now Lankia. I find it interesting when all the monument and buildings in the USA are aligned with the Virgo cluster that this announcement is coming out. I think this is a way to redirect our consciousness as the veil lifts. More people will be able to see through the deception, so they, create stories to fit their new narratives or fit the times. Remember, the Virgo supercluster is the one I mentioned in my last post where I said that the U.S. monuments and buildings were aligned to the Virgo cluster. I guess the power control force don't want you to know about this cluster, as there is a higher radiant energy that exudes from the supercluster more so than the Milky Way galaxy. You know, they make up these stories with a supposedly new discovery as a way to, forward their agenda. Led by researcher Brent Tully, an astronomer in the University of Hawaii, we now can see that what we thought was a local supercluster may be just a tiny island nesting upon a mere filament in the outskirts of the unfathomable vast supergalactic cluster, now named Lanakia. The Hawaiian name Lanakia means immense heaven, a name that honors Polynesian sailors who navigated the vast Pacific Ocean from their knowledge of the stars in the heavens. Very important point, the stars. I posted a video which shows how this supercluster now is the great attractor. It's very much what happens in the vortex of the heart. As you become the great attractor using this scalar energy, the higher frequency, that which you are, which you can connect to, that will allow you to mold and shape your reality. The rapidly increasing rate of discovery of new planets in our solar system and other astronomical objects in our universe is a direct statement of humanity's rapidly expanding consciousness occurring on the earth. Or more importantly, this is just another example of how the collective consciousness of humanity is steered in whatever direction the power control force want in order to forward their agenda, but really just creates more distraction and confusion, so you never seek real truth within yourself. Now, the discovery of Lanakia is profound, inviting us to shed our limiting perceptual bubbles of our own lives and the universe in which we live, to look and see things in new ways. It invites us to expand our awareness to a much greater reality as the veils lift before our eyes to reveal the unbounded potential we can all become. You know, it was Nikola Kozev, a Russian astrophysicist, who theorized that the interaction, time and substance, was responsible for power generation of stars in the universe. He observed that scalar energy was spiraling energy that was in itself a flow of time that acted upon ether in order to generate power for the stars. This theory has been proven as scalar energy is a phase conjugated double helix that does indeed spiral and accordingly act upon the ether, the fundamental particle of the universe, in order to create physical matter such as stars. And it is this sublime process that is responsible for the universe. Kozev observed that scalar energy emitted from stars had velocities billions of times greater than the electromagnetic speed of light. This observation served to establish the fact that scalar energy pre-exists as a connection between the stars and the earth, and that the pre-existing connection is responsible for the instantaneous velocity as well as instantaneous communication between stars and the earth. Now, it is important to note that the star Aldebaran in the astrological sign of Taurus is the Greek Oma Bo, Latin Oculus Tauri. I believe that the new virtual device Oculus Rift to hit the stores in 2015 is really a reference to Aldebaran, which equals Oculus, and Rift, which equals the Milky Way galaxy in the astrological sign of Scorpio, with the great star Antares. The great red giant star, warlike Aldebaran, you know, that all-seeing eye of Taurus on Wall Street, is one of the 4 guardians of heaven, or sentinels watching over the stars. It formed one of the 4 royal stars of Persia, as watcher of the east, where the gate of man resides, and Antares in Scorpio is watcher of the west, where the Milky Way galaxy resides, is where the gate of God resides. All again a reference to what? Recycling you back into this system of consciousness, at the higher level, that is. Our new future reality upon which events are being played out on the physical world stage are leading us to what we already experience, which is a simulation within a simulation, and now there will be ushered into another 3rd-dimensional simulation with this device, Oculus Rift. A virtual reality device all designed to what? Keep you from escaping the karmic wheel of time and space, forever bound within this visual light spectrum, unable to access the higher frequencies that mold and shape your reality like scalar energy, so that your reality can continue to be made for you rather than by you. We have the ability to harness this scalar energy once we come to remember who and what we are in our eternal state of nothingness. We have the capacity to take back control of our reality and mold and shape it into what we want instead of the reality that's being spoon-fed to us when we transcend the visual spectrum of light, that is, that which creates all things on the physical dimension. It turns out that the next virtual reality technology, Oculus Rift, which has been in the news lately, is set to hit the consumer markets summer of 2015. Oculus Rift was recently scooped up by none other than Facebook. Oculus Rift is the next Microsoft, all for the love of safety from pandemics like Ebola will make Oculus Rift a big winner for the masses in the Western world. What if a bad flu season or the unthinkable happens, epidemic that begins to spread, having a lifelike alternative reality in which you can take care of all your work, school errands, and entertainment in the safety of your own home will be an unimaginable blessing. I want you to read an article called "Could Virtual Reality Improve the Economy?" It's quite telling of where we are moving, that is, the power control force are moving the masses in the direction of virtual reality matrix. So the power control force again agenda playing out right now on the physical world stage eludes us profusely as to our eternal state of nothingness, but again, all by design. Remember, the power control force know who and what you are. They provide subliminal clues through their movies and scripts and narratives playing out on the world stage like Ebola, designed to forward an agenda that was planned out long before you and I were born. The power control force are master manipulators of energy. Your energy is what they are harvesting through the star systems of the zodiac. In fact, the zodiac band embraces all work involving the opening of portals for birthing, healing, and ascension. In fact, whether you realize it or not, the constellation of stars are energy fields, and there are many energy portals that the power control force access in order to create, manage, and manipulate world events. And that's why they use idol worship, those stars that we idolize on the physical world stage. Those are just idols in which we are, focusing on in order for the power control force to harvest our energy. So remember, those stars that you aspire to, people that you give your energy to, they are as above, so below, replications of the constellations. I thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.